welcome to another edition of Web Explorers. Today we're going to explore the Gault site exhibit here at the museum. The Gault site is an archaeological dig site in Florence that dates back to almost 20,000 years ago. Archaeology is the study of ancient people and cultures, which is different from paleontology, which studies dinosaurs. Archaeologists have been digging at the Gault site for over 20 years and have discovered over 1 million artifacts that give information on a Paleo-Indian culture that camped at the site almost 20,000 years ago. Since the site is on the boundary line of two ecozones, it offers a number of natural resources that are important to the Paleo-Indian culture, including fresh water, different animals that they can hunt, and chert. If you've ever heard of flint, flint is a form of chert. Chert is a very hard stone that can be shaped into projectile points to aid in hunting. Paleo-Indians often hunted the local wildlife, including deer, buffalo, rabbits, turtles, and anything else that may be good for meat. The projectile points that they made out of chert were attached to long sticks to make spears. The spears were then used along with an atlatl that you see this Paleo-Indian carrying. The atlatl extended the thrower's arm, allowing him to throw the spear up to 150 feet. In later years, Paleo-Indians also began to cook their food. They would often gather fruits and vegetables around the area and cook their food in these earth ovens along with the meat that they had hunted. The most common thing that they cooked was the commissary. The commissary is known to be poisonous unless it is cooked. Therefore, they had to make sure that they cooked it very well. The earth oven is a deep hole dug into the ground that is lined with rocks from the local creek bed. A fire is then placed into it. It is covered back up with rocks and dirt, and whatever is inside will cook for up to 2 to 3 days. Imagine waiting 2 or 3 days to get your dinner. Around the same time, the Paleo-Indians had exchanged the atlatl for the bow and arrow that we all know so well today. Archaeologists use a number of different tools to help them discover things about ancient cultures. The line level, as seen here, allows them to create straight horizontal lines around where they're digging. Whereas the plumb bob, seen here, allows them to make vertical lines. This lets them make large squares so that they know exactly where they dug up their artifacts. While digging, they'll use the mason trowel, as well as chopsticks, as well as the hand pick, and the paintbrush. This allows them to carefully dig up anything that may be important without any risk of breaking the object. The compass allows them to determine which way they're facing so that they can again make proper marks in their research on where the item was located. The Gault site is unique in the fact that it actually uses a different form of dating that can be more accurate when dating objects that do not have organic material. Organic material is anything that was once alive, like plants or animals. The Gault site has very little organic material available to it, and so when archaeologists are studying the date of an object, they use something called OSL dating. That is optically stimulated luminescence. That means that they are testing the last time that the dirt in which the object was found saw sunlight. But archaeology is not limited to just archaeological dig sites. Anyone can find something that's important to ancient cultures. That is best exemplified by our temple tusk here. The temple tusk was found near the Pepper Creek area of Temple. And when it was dug up, and the archaeologists at the Gault School did testing and research on it, they discovered that this is a 60,000-year-old mammoth tusk from right here in our area. Archaeologists use a form of study called stratigraphy to determine how old the artifacts they found are. The Earth is split into different layers called strata, and the farther down in the strata the artifact is found, the older it is. Today we're going to further study artifacts that have been discovered by archaeologists around the world. First, make a few different layers of strata using glue. Then, you will cover the strata with glitter, sand from your yard, food-colored salt, or the colored craft sand that Stephen has here. Next, using the artifacts available on our website, color and cut them out and glue them in the correct strata based on the age of each item. Finally, you will label the layers by date and decorate the surface. Do you see anything similar or different between the layers? What does it tell you about how the Earth changed and how people began to live differently?